Fine actor, and another good friend, who is the star and also now the producer of The Little House on the Prairie. And it's going to, why am I doing it that way?
Oh, no. That's a rhinestone cowboy.
It's been so successful, next year NBC is going to do The Little House Behind the Little House on the Prairie, which is a very small family of people live there. And, of course, that is seen here on this network, which is NBC.
Yeah, NBC.
At 8 o'clock. Would you welcome Michael Landon. Move out.
Fire out!
Fire, you John. Fire out.
How you doing?
Good. I've always wanted to do a Western.
Have you really?
Yeah. Didn't you as a boy always want to be a Western? Didn't you ever fantasize and say, hey, want to be up there?
Oh, I didn't fantasize, John. I did it.
Well, I know you did. You came out and became a big bonanza. But, you know, nobody ever asked me to do a guest shot on Bonanza. And everybody else was doing a guest shot, and nobody came to me and said...
Did I or did I not ask you to do a guest shot, John?
Yeah, but you wanted me to play this school marm. I thought that was a put-down. I could have done it, too.
You'd have been wonderful.
You're doing impressions tonight.
No, not at all.
How is the Little House on the Prairie, by the way?
Oh, it's little teeny thing.
Oh, come on now.
Oh, it's going great.
I came over to see you once when you were shooting, I think last year, my parents, and they really enjoyed it, and you showed them around. Fascinating.
It is. It's a lot of fun. I guess for people who are not in the business, it's very interesting to see a house where the roof raises up.
I have that right here in my home. It's not even,
the wind blows.
That's right, and the house comes up and so forth. Well, what do you want to... What did you used to do? Because I remember when you did Bonanza, you guys all went out. Lauren and yourself and Dan Blocker and did fairs and rodeos. Now,
I loved them.
You had to get some kind of an act together.
Oh, did we ever?
Yeah, what'd you do in the act? Lauren was kidding about it one night.
Well, Lauren did an act with, he generally did an act with Dan. Sometimes he did a single. I went on a single. You sing songs, tell jokes.
Tell jokes?
Oh, tell jokes.
At fair rodeos?
Yeah.
What are some, can you remember some of the...
Some of the bigs?
Yeah, some of the...
Some of the biggies?
Blockbusters.
Well, we used to talk about how much Hoss ate for dinner.
Mm-hmm. How much did he eat for dinner?
We would say, when he's not eating food, he would lie in his bed and dream about eating food. At night, I'd hear noises from the room.
This was the stuff you used, honey?
Absolutely. Then one morning, he had a terrible dream. He dreamt he ate a 25-pound marshmallow.
Yes, and he woke up the next morning
his pillow was gone.
Pillow was gone.
Right. That was the biggie. Right. They generally played the theme music right after that.
And you got
around the arena.
Got into the trailer, rode your horse, and shot several people and left.
But I did a lot of, I wouldn't just, come out casually. I used to just ride out there, at the rodeo. So generally, an enraged chicken. I'd get on that and just spur it. What the heck?
What did you sing? Did you sing?
Yeah.
Is it solo?
I sang, I didn't sing the Bonanza theme. Yeah. I didn't sing that.
There are not any words to that.
Oh, there are so words.
I'm sorry, of course there are.
You ever hear the words of that? We got a right to pick a little fight, Bonanza. Any one of us who starts a little fuss knows he can count on me. 1 for 4, 4 for... That was before Purnell left. 1 for 4, 4 for 1. That's our guarantee. It was like a car commercial.
I'm a rhinestone cowboy.
I
didn't know that Bonanza had a theme. Don't kill my big actor. Don't kill my big... This is going to be it. Did you always want to be an entertainer? You came from where originally now?
I was born in Forest Hills, Long Island, in a violent tennis tournament. And told Mom, don't jump the net.
And delivered center court.
Yes. Huh? But I lived most of my young life in...
well, obviously.
What's so funny about that, lady? I lived in a little town called Collingswood, New Jersey.
Uh-huh.
Yes, back east. All of you? There's nobody's there.
You wanted to someday be an entertainer? Seriously. I did ever since I was a kid. I wanted to be an entertainer.
You can do it.
Anybody who would do a 25-pound marshmallow joke doesn't deserve to be in front of the public, so I'll overlook that.
All right.
That was a pretty good line.
Oh, thank you.
Wish I'd have done it, and I probably will. As the old saying goes. No, but when I wanted to be up on the stage, and I was a boy magician. Obviously. Couldn't have been a girl magician. But, when I'm a little boy, I was a boy magician doing my magic act for the public. And
Well, when I went to high school, though, you couldn't. Today, if you're in a high school, they have plays and things like that, and it's all right. But when I went to school, or when you went to school, let's face it, the other guys would kind of kid you a little bit if you wanted to be in school plays and things like that.
What, was it considered a sissy?
Oh, yeah, it was when I was in school. None of the guys would ever do any of that stuff.
Oh.
The only play I ever did when I was in high school, I did in a town nearby called Haddonfield. Another big town. No applause for Haddonfield. Good.
I know where Haddonfield.
That's a good town. But I went and did a play there, Haddonfield Plays and Players, and I played a Japanese houseboy.
A Japanese houseboy?
Yes, that was the first part in a play called The Bat.
Did you have lines? Speaking lines?
Well, of course I had lines. I was a worker extra there, And I played a Japanese houseboy, and I really liked it. I enjoyed it.
And right
I didn't
after
tell
that?
anybody in college what I was doing. Oh, right from there was rocket to stardom after that.
I read something, and it was in People magazine this week or a couple of weeks ago. The press gets on people, as you know, in this business sometime, and they called you, quote...
No.
Yeah, you were quoted as being a power-mad jackass.
I said that?
No, in a magazine.
Oh,
you
I
are
thought
quoted,
I said that.
Quoted
Gee,
as being...
I'm a
You
masochistic
didn't say
little
that.
fella.
Somebody wrote that. Does that bug you when you read stuff like that?
True is true, John. I'm not
you are a
fighting these.
power-mad...
No, you know what these people, right?
I believed it. You see, when I read things like
No, don't
I
believe
believe that. And I said, I didn't know that about Mike Landon, and it disturbed me a lot.
No, you know what it is? It's because I do a number of things on the show that I'm on. So the majority of people who write articles about show business haven't the slightest idea what it takes to make a picture, haven't the slightest idea what it takes to make a television show. So when they list all the areas you're involved in that I'm supposed to be in, because that's my job, they suddenly feel that I'm butting in on somebody else. When the fact of the matter is, as an executive producer of a show, you are involved in sets, you are involved in music, you are involved in all these various areas, but they don't know that because they never take enough time to come down to the set and find out how you make a movie.
It sounds power-mad to me. I can see where he would interpret that way, because...
Well, it's 4 checks.
That's right. You know what you're doing.
Yeah, be dead.
You're no dummy.
Right.
Get in everything. Did you ever... there was an incident once where you belted somebody from the press, wasn't there? Was that another...
Oh,
phony
yeah, but
act?
that didn't have anything to do with anything that
quote.
they had written about. I did a tour in Sweden once. And,
This is what Bonanza was?
Yeah, Bonanza was on. So I checked with the guys. Some guys wrote my act. And they said, don't worry.
How did the marshmallow joke play in Sweden?
Let me tell you how it
Okay.
played. They told me that everybody in Sweden, and this is many years ago, that it was compulsory. You had to take English in school. So they said, tell all your jokes in English, no problem. I said, fine. So I walk out, and I played the folk parks, thousands of people standing out there. And I come out, and the music plays, and I get up there, and I tell the first joke, and it's an oil painting. I mean, there's 15,000 people. Nothing. Didn't have the slightest idea. Anyway, that night we have a banquet, 50 people from the press. And I go downstairs, we're at, I think, the Grand Hotel or something.
Did you ever get any laughs at all during the joke, or just nothing much happened?
Oh, I just went right into a fight scene. Whenever I get in trouble, I do a fight, have a guy come out, hit me with a phony liquor bottle,
Right.
and we beat each other up, and the people go
But
crazy.
the
and
joke got nothing.
Nothing, zero. That night we have a banquet, 50 people from the press, and I found out after I sat down at the table, I was buying dinner for 50 people. I didn't even know them. So I gave an interview to a fella from one newspaper in Stockholm, the morning newspaper. Guy sitting next to me from the afternoon newspaper. I turned to him. He wants the same story I gave to the guy in the morning newspaper. By now I'm very tired. We've been doing fight scenes. I had a broken wrist because one of the stages was smaller, and I went right off the stage. He tells me that if I don't give him the same story that I gave the other guy, he's going to write negative.
Bum rap you.
Yeah. Then he goes into a tirade about people from the United States, what's wrong with our country. I mean, he's going on and on and on, and I'm so tired. And I'm with a buddy of mine named Bobby Miles, who's a stuntman that did the fights with me. I look at Bobby and I said, what should I do? He said, well, don't let him eat. So I said, that's a good idea. I said, you're not eating. So I took his plate. Because I'm buying. I'm not going to feed him while he says this, right? So now the guy, now he jumps up and really does a number on what's wrong with this country and go. Now I look at Bobby. I said, I took his dinner. What do we do? He said, hit him. So I get up and I hit him. The minute I hit him, all the
flash
cameras
bulbs.
go right away, because I got all the press there. The police grab the guy and drag him out, because they love me. It was the only chance they had to drive fast, from town to town. They used to be able to drive fast, and they loved it. So the next day in the newspaper, there's a picture of me hitting a guy, and it says, Mike Landon, Don Juan, because I punched a guy. We did tremendous business
Hey,
the
that's
whole
super.
week.
Great for you.
The whole week, yeah. I
once
kept
in a
looking
while,
for the
you
guy.
can
I was
get-
going to use him in my act.
I did that once. Also, yeah. Should have never hit her. She was a little teeny old lady.
I bet I know her name.
Yes, you do. We're going to take a break here, but we're coming right back. We've got a film clip from Little House on the Prairie. I think it may need a little setup, does it? To know
Well,
what's
it's...
happening?
Film clips are tough. You bring in a film clip. I was really going to bring a funny film clip, but I didn't get the thing totally finished.
You should. Next time you come,
I
bring
will.
the ones where the lines go bananas.
You're going to like it.
Oh.
Anyway, this is just it's a clip from our next show, and with Dick Jekyll and Lou Gossett, two terrific guys, and it's about when I have to go out and get another job hauling nitroglycerin from
Oh, a fun job.
one place to another. Yeah, it's a blast.
But you must be willing to travel.
Yes,
Right.
a long way.
We'll show. Watch the monitors, the studio and the monitors. Watch each other if you want to, but we're going to show this anyway.
Henry? Sir. This is Henry Hill. Man who teams with him will be lucky indeed. Henry's made this trip a dozen times. He knows as much about blasting oil as any man alive. Except me.
Mister, I don't team up with anyone that likes him.
Suit yourself. You can leave with the other one.
Are you going to pay $100 for 10 days' work?
That's right.
For that kind of money, I reckon I can put up with it. For 10 days.
What do you say, Henry?
Like you said, for that kind of money, I reckon I can put up with it for 10 days.
Just commenting to Mike about another very familiar face there, Richard Jackal, who is always working.
Yeah,
As a fine
Dick is
actor
a
and can
terrific
play
actor.
millions of different parts and roles, leading man's heavies,
Yeah.
character parts. Okay, we're going to do commercial. Oh, we're going to bring this young man out. He has been with us before, Bill Crystal. From tomorrow through Sunday, he will be appearing at the Other End in New York City. But this